Hello, welcome to this session of Class 9 Mathematics, and I am your Anu from Mathschool.1. Last class we saw angle side angle congruence criterion, and I also solved a problem regarding the criterion, right? So this class we will be continuing with yet another example of this angle side angle congruence criterion. Okay, so let's go straight to the problem. AB is a line segment. AX and BY are two equal line segments drawn on opposite sides of AB such that AX is parallel to BY. Okay, so first we'll read out, then we'll start drawing the diagram, then we'll understand what is what. If AX and BY intersect each other at P, then we need to prove there are two conditions to prove here. Okay, so what we do is we first draw the diagram for the problem. So first we'll take AX is parallel to BY. Okay, so I draw this AX parallel to BY. So I'll draw it this way. Okay, so this is AX, and let me take this as BY because we need to draw AB line segment. Okay, so this is AX and this is BY, two line segments which are parallel to each other. Now the first one is AB is a line segment. So I am going to draw a line segment AB. So this will be your first step. But to understand, I drew AX and BY first because they are parallel to each other. Now AX and BY intersect each other at P. Now AX and BY, they both intersect each other at what P they have given. Okay, so now how do we draw this? See, okay, so they intersect at P. Now AX and BY are two equal line segments. AX and BY are two equal line segments drawn on opposite sides of AB. So this is AB and I have drawn opposite sides in its opposite side. See, this side I have drawn AX and this side I have drawn BY. If AX and BY intersect each other at P, okay, so we have drawn this also. So now what we need to do is, we have to prove the two conditions given here. That is, triangle APX is congruent to triangle BPY. They have given you the triangle. Okay, so it will be easy for us to, there is no problem in identifying two triangles, right? They have given you what are the triangles. So the triangle is APX and BPY. See, they have named it properly to APX, triangle APX and triangle BPY in the same order, right? Now, when we take two parallel lines, we have already done this in the earlier classes. So, when given two parallel lines, always look in for a transversal which cuts the two parallel lines so that we can have some angles to be equal, or we can have some conditions there. Okay, so AX, BY, two parallel lines, and you can see XY and AB to be two transversals cutting these two parallel lines, AX and BY. So let's take one by one. Okay, so now I take XY. Okay, you just forget this AB. I take XY transversal which passes through the parallel lines AX and BY, and we very well know when a transversal crosses two parallel lines, we have many pair of angles to be equal, right? So here, see, this is AX and this is BY, and XY is the transversal. So XY is the transversal. If I observe, see, this angle and this angle will be equal, right? Can you say why? I'll write it here. Angle AXP, angle AXP is equal to angle BYP. Okay, angle AXP is equal to angle BYP. Can you say why it is? Yes. So alternate interior angles. See, these two are alternate, opposites they are, and interior angles, because see, if I draw two parallel lines and there is a transversal here like this, what do we say? This angle is equal to this angle, because these two are alternate interior angles, right? So these two are equal and these two are also equal, because they are also alternate interior angles, right? So this is equal. See, 1, 1 and 2, 2. I can name it like this so that it will be easy for you to understand. So alternate interior angles are equal. So that is what I have shown you. AXP is equal to BYP. Now we can write the justification for this step as alternate interior angles are equal. You understand? So this is one part. Now we'll take the other transversal, that is AB, right? So we'll take the other transversal, which is AB, to the parallel lines AX and BY. Now here, when you see the same case as we did here, the AB transversal cuts AX and BY parallel lines, and we have two alternate interior angles. Now can you identify, are you able to identify the alternate interior angles? Yes. So these two angles, let me name it as 2. Okay. So these two alternate interior angles, they are equal. Now we'll write the statement for it. So what is this angle? I'll write PAY is equal to angle PBY. Okay. PAY is equal to angle PBY. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles. Okay. So we have taken alternate interior angles. See these two angles. This angle is equal to this and this angle is equal to this. And we have identified two triangles also, APX and BPY. Two triangles. In two triangles, two angles are equal, right? A pair of angles equal. And what about the line AX and BY? That they have given you initially, that AX and BY are two equal line segments. Okay, so that we need to write AX is equal to BY, that is given. Okay, always write the justification to the right of it within brackets, so that you will understand and you tell the examiner or whoever is seeing your problem, or when you revise you will be able to understand for what this statement we have written. Okay, so now AX is equal to BY, that is given because they are two equal line segments. Now when you observe, you have two angles here. See, angle 1, angle 2 and a side enclosed. Likewise, angle 1, angle 2 and a side enclosed. So according to ASA criterion, what do we have? We have triangle APX is congruent to triangle BPY. So that is how we prove triangle APX is congruent to BPY. Isn't it? We have two angles and the side enclosed within it. Now what about the second condition? AB and XY bisect each other. How do they bisect each other? What do you mean by bisecting? Dividing it into two equal halves. So they should be, the AP, that is AP and PY should be equal in length. Likewise, AP and PB should also be equal in length. So what about that? We know these two triangles are congruent, isn't it? By ASA criterion, we have proved that these two triangles are congruent. So according to CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles, all the angles and all the sides has to be equal. So I said if three conditions are satisfied, then the triangles are congruent, right? So with the three conditions, that is two angle and one side, we have proved that the two triangles are congruent. So the rest of the sides and angles are naturally equal. So AP this XP has to be equal to YP. So these two line segments, that is XP and YP, are equal. Likewise AP and BP are also equal. So since they are equal, P has to be the midpoint, right? So if P is the midpoint, then we can say AP and XY bisect each other. Okay, they bisect each other. They divide each other into two equal halves. So AB cuts XY exactly at the midpoint and XY cuts AB exactly at the midpoint. Now do you understand? So this is how we prove two triangles are congruent and the corresponding paths are also equal in the congruent triangles using angle side angle congruence criterion. Okay, so please do check this and I'll return back with yet another example in the same criterion. Hello all, welcome to this session of class 9 mathematics and I am your Anu from MathSchool.1. We are seeing angle side angle criterion and we'll see the third sum in this row. Okay, so today's sum is in the figure angle BCD is equal to angle ADC. Actually, we are going by each criterion, right? So we are first we did SAS criterion, then we are doing ASA criterion. Okay, that is angle side angle criterion. But while answering a question paper, you should be able to identify which criterion has to be applied in it. So first we'll study each and every criterion individually. Then we'll have a mix-up of all kind of problems together so that we'll be able to identify through which criterion we'll be able to solve that problem regarding congruency of triangles, right? So for a clear understanding, we go by each criterion. So let's see the problem. In the figure, angle BCD is equal to angle ADC. So now where is BCD? Angle BCD. See, it is clearly given angle BCD, okay, is equal to angle ADC. So I told you, we need to spot out two triangles in the problem, right? So we have two triangles like ACD, we have a triangle, and BCD is also a triangle. Okay, so let's name it as triangle ADC. Likewise, triangle BCD, triangle ADC and triangle BCD. So these are the two triangles here. Now we'll move on to the question. Angle BCD is equal to angle ADC. Okay, so that we have got. I'll try to reproduce the same diagram with the triangles in drawing individually. See, we have ACD here. ACD is here and the same triangle that side BCD. Okay, right. So now angle BCD. So this angle is equal to angle ADC. Angle ADC. Now you got it. So angle ADC is equal to angle BCD. Next is angle ACB. Where is angle ACB? ACB is this. So this angle. So this angle ACB. Actually, this can't be drawn here because we have separated the two triangles. We'll do it here. It's angle ACB. This is equal to angle BDA. So this angle. Okay, right. Now I have drawn here. See, this BCD, I have drawn it separately here, and ADC I have drawn it separately here. So why I did it, we'll learn it later on. So now see this diagram and we just see ACD, isn't it? So this is the triangle and here we have a split with this angle and 1 and 3, right? So if these two angles together, okay, I mark it here, these two angles together, this is not a right angle, but since I have drawn the diagram as such, I have copied it like that. So this is Okay, let me not confuse you. I'll draw it like this. Okay, it's somewhat like this. It's not a right angle, for your understanding. And this is BCD, and together, see, B2 and 4 forms the angle D. Okay, so this angle. Now what happens is, we have seen this angle 1 and angle 2 are equal, and angle 3 and angle 4 are equal. Now if I add these two, okay, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, then this becomes the total angle C. So 1 plus 3 is angle C and 2 plus 4 is angle D, right? So you just remember these two things. So angle C is equal to angle D. So that also we have found out from the given data. Okay. Now regarding these two triangles, I've got one more thing which is common to it, is the line CD. See, the side CD or the line segment CD, that is common to both the triangles ACD and BCD. ACD or BDC. Okay. So both the triangles have the common side CD. So these are the things we have observed from the diagram and what is given in the question. Now we'll proceed. Prove that AD is equal to BC. Which is AD? So this line, this side of the triangle is AD, and for this triangle BC. Okay. So we have to prove AD is equal to BC and angle A is equal to angle B. That we need to prove. So how do we prove? We have, since we know the criterion angle, side angle criterion, we're looking for two angles and the side enclosed within it. Now I told you we have a common side CD, right? So if this is the side which is common, or this is the side which is equal for both the triangles, then I need to have the angles along the sides of this line segment, along the ends of this line segment to be equal. Okay, so that I need to find out. So I have found that angle C is equal to angle D, right? So angle C is equal to angle D we have found out, because just adding it we have found out this angle C is equal to angle D. But one of the angles is equal. See this angle is equal. Angle C is equal to angle D. That is what I have written there. So angle C is equal to angle D we know. See, and these two angles as it is given here, BCD, see BCD, that is what I have drawn you, BCD, and is equal to ADC, is equal to ADC. So these two angles I name it as 1 and I name it as 2. So now I have drawn it separately and I have shown you how two angles are equal in both the triangles and a common side. See, CD is the common side which is equal. So now we'll write it down. What is this angle? Angle 1, angle ADC is equal to angle BCD, which is given. Okay, so this is a given criteria, and this angle ACD is equal to, sorry, what is it? Angle ACD, right? Angle ACD is equal to angle BDC. Angle ACD is equal to angle BDC. That is also from the given data we have added. Okay, we have added 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and we have got this angles to be equal. And the side CD is equal to CD. That is the common side. So now we have two angles. See, we have this, this and this total angle C and D to be equal, and angle 1 of this triangle and angle 2 of triangle ADC also equal, right? So we have two angles and a side AAS in between. AAS in between. So that is how, according to ASA criterion, we prove these two triangles to be congruent. So what is the conclusion? We have triangle ACD congruent to triangle BDC. So we have proved that the two triangles are congruent. So according to CPCT, once we prove the two triangles are congruent, then according to CPCT, all the parts, all the 6 parts have to be equal, right? So automatically this, when this side is common, see this side has to be equal to this, that is AD has to be equal to BC. That is what they've asked you to prove. Okay, so AD is naturally equal to BC, and this AC is also equal to BD, being another side of the triangle, and this angle also has to be equal, because both the angles we have proved equal, and angle A should also be equal to angle B. Then this side AD is equal to BC and AC is also equal to BD. So all the parts are equal. Therefore, AD is equal to BC we have proved, and angle A is equal to angle B is also proved. Since we have proved both the triangles to be congruent according to angle side angle criteria. Now I hope that you would have understood the problems, what the 3 problems we have solved in this criterion. So according to ASA criterion, how do we prove triangles to be congruent? I hope you would have understood. So in the next class, we'll be seeing yet another criterion. Okay, so we have 5 criterions. So we have just finished 2 of the criterions. We'll see next criterion in the next class. So until then, keep practicing. It's bye from Anu. Thank you.